Hey guys, welcome to Black Angus Reviews. I am currently on my lunch break, driving back from delicious Taco Bell. Go support your local Taco Bell. No, I'm not sponsored yet. Hashtag sponsor Angus. Anyway, what am I addressing? The Ray Shmi Walker, the time loop theory or whatever. Somehow, I haven't looked deep into this, but somehow there's a theory that Shmi is Ray, Ray is Shmi, Einhorn is Finkel. And my buddy Immortal Coil, his link is always in my description, so he's part of my highly recommended channels. Not that other ones I follow aren't, but these are my buddies, my bros. Anyway, he did a pretty good video discussing it, and he has a perspective like, oh, it's bullshit. But he wasn't necessarily triggered like a lot of fandom ministers are getting now, where it's just rage clicks, rage content. And so I want to preface this by saying this is going to be a optimistic Star Wars Episode 9 video. If I'm being honest, when I was thinking about this, I look forward to this idea. I think this could work. And I'll give you an explanation if I can. There's a Superman book I just read recently. I like Elseworld story. I like ones where it's like, yeah, these characters we know, kind of the mythos. Let's tell just like a one-off type of story. It's just isolated. And you could say, I guess, Rey's kind of a Superman. She's really hard to write for and be engaging because she's kind of got it all already. And that is a problem. But what's funny about this in different ways is this kind of can work like Superman Red Sun. Now, if you haven't read it, I'm going to spoil it. It's a long 3-issue story. It's really cool. Essentially, Lex Luthor kind of becomes a hero despite being still egotistical. For some reason, America and Chile become the last remnants of democracy while the rest of the world falls under communist control of Superman and the USSR. And the reason Superman doesn't take out Luthor or what have you is, force America to be communist, is that he wants communism to win on its own merits, not by force. And so this happens. There's there's a great big battle for control at the end, and then you start seeing all the advances after Luthor wins against Superman. You see all the advancements the world makes because of this kind of new unseen government that he spearheads. He kind of ends death, or definitely prolongs life astronomically, and it keeps going and going and going. And it turns out that when humanity expands through the galaxy, I guess they find Krypton, and the something goes awry because of our arrogance as a species or what have you. And the parents of Superman, like it always is, they send him off Krypton before it blows up. And it turns out they send him to 1938 Russia. So the story is a time loop. It's self-contained. And I think that's actually really smart. You've kind of seen this with Ahsoka. It's not fulfilled. I'm waiting to see if they do like an in-betweener for 6 and 7 and complete Ahsoka's story, but or expand on it more and develop it more after season 4 Rebels. But you see that with this story, it's very enjoyable. It's contained. And you kind of see it just keep, this cool idea of repeating itself. And if the whole saga's tied trilogy by trilogy with Sidious being the overarching villain each trilogy, I don't know, I think it's kind of poetic, I think it's kind of cool. And it, contains the universe, or at least this section, this storyline of Star Wars in an interesting way that I'd be cool with. I think, this takes some effort, takes some balls. I think a lot of people won't like it, but this is a way to work. And also, all right, because Rey, you know, even though I would say she's a likable character in episode 7, personally, you know, I was really surprised when I saw the movie that, wow, wait, she's the main character? She's not just, you know, like this, you know, garbage picker? You know, she got the Force. Like, I was totally fine with a female Jedi lead. Oh, crap. Different parking spot. One moment. Alright. Boom. I am parked now. Yeah, besides that, with her being a SJW creation, what better way to trigger all the feminists that tout her as being the bestest ever, as Lord Doomcock says, by making her forever a slave in the galaxy, birthing a cisgender white male, you know, tyrant. You know, I think it's funny to have Rey end up being subjugated by a timeline to be a fucking slave mom. You know, so this, you know, at the end of the day, even though we went through crap Last Jedi, we'll have the last laugh. I would love this because of that. That'd be hilarious. You know, we could just throw it in the face of all these SJWs. Like, oh yeah, Reylo, this and that. Yeah, Rey's gonna fuck her. Let's see, yeah, that'd be her great grandson, Kylo. Yeah, I don't. And this kind of, you know, works around with the Chosen One. It would be a dig in a way at us. Because it'd make Anakin the Chosen One, born, you know, thanks to Rey or what have you. I don't know. I definitely agree if this is the case that this is like an end game. You know, there's so much you could tear apart of this, but if you know, try to keep it as simple as possible, this can work, and you know, put a stamp on the end of the Skywalker saga in a way where you're not just like wondering, why didn't you keep going? Why'd you just quit right here? You know, if it's looped by Rey and or Sidious, I'm fine with that. And people say like, this is stretching. I mean, we're talking about a universe where weapons are made by sucking the Force out of suns, or, you know, having like 6 or more lasers cross and form one giant laser, which doesn't work in physics. There's this great History Channel video, probably a decade old, about the science and sci-fi of Star Wars. You know, in this thing we find out it's powered by kyber crystals, which are like magic space wizard stones. I'm not trying to cross the line and be like Patrick Willems and those shills. It's like, shut up, it's a, you know, it's a it's space wizards for 12-year-olds. Shut up, man. I'm not saying that. You know, there should be continuity through the series. But I don't know. This would work for me. I'd be fine with this. And I don't know. You know, there's still a lot of disappointment with this series. They've fucked it up. You shouldn't have to rely on a loop to make the saga end up being a Elseworld story in the universe that started from this story. You know, so it's a double-edged sword. I'm just willing to be optimistic about it. See the potential there. Let me know in the comments what are the specifics of this theory. I'm not going to waste my time looking into it. It's not that big a deal. We've seen it with The Last Jedi leading up to it. Star Wars theories are a dime a dozen, and they're all bullshit because, not that they're not good, but Lucasfilm story group sucks, and they have an agenda, and it's not good storytelling. So yeah, I don't know. Just let me know what y'all think. Go check out, again, Immortal Coil's video. He's linked in the description. I'll link his specific video at the top of the description and in the top comment that'll be pinned. Go check him out. Go sub. Show him some love. He's been kind of stuck at, like, I think 110 for a month or two. And he still pumps out stuff when he can because he cares. So let's reward him. Let's reward some of these small channels. And go check out the live stream also of Snowdub Music and Entertainment. He was interviewed by author Stephen Walton. Both are good friends. There's been a discrepancy, what have you, with Snow regarding a couple of big channels. And I don't know, maybe even if you disagree, even if you're more of a fan or you don't like Snow or Steven, I think there's, a perspective to be seen there that not a lot of people are talking about regarding the fandom menace going forward. I definitely have not reservations, but critiques of the fandom menace being a fandom menace or not leaving it. But I think we could be doing better in a lot of ways, and I'm gonna craft that video. I'm not just gonna speak it out like this. So yeah, let me know what you think. Go check out those videos. Talk to y'all later.